Hello everyone, I am Lorenzo. Today I will introduce this laser 4-in-1 machine. A complete operating instructions. Step 1. Open the case. Then this is the water inlet. Fill the water cooler of the machine with water. If you inject water, choose purified water, distilled water, or high purity water. Okay? The water injection amount is in the green area. Okay? Water addition completed. It is important to note here that if the machine is shipped by air, most of them need to release fluoride. Fluoride is needed at this time. Specific model of fluoride need to contact after-sales staff. Does the specific machine contain fluorine? You also need to contact the salesperson or after-sales staff. And then there is one more thing. If the machine is in a working environment below zero, antifreeze needs to be added. Antifreeze ratio. Need to press specific brand. Add according to their suggestions. For example, the lowest temperature in our factory is -15 degrees Celsius. The ratio of our refrigerant to water is 1:9. 10% refrigerant, 90% water. The specific voltage required by the machine, based on a communication with the salesperson. For example, this is a 1500 watts machine. We are making a 220 volts one-way power. There are 3 lines at this time. One is red fire line, green neutral wire and yellow ground wire. We perform a power on operation. Fire wire is connected to the fire wire. Neutral wire connected to the neutral wire. Okay? Fire wire and neutral wire corresponding well. Turn on the power. Turn on the machine's air switch. Turn on the main switch of the machine. Turn on the chiller. It should be noted here that you need to wait for the temperature of the water cooler to rise above 20 degrees. Turn on the laser switch. Next, we will install the wire feeder welding wire. Our welding wire recommended are 0.8, 1.0, 1.2, 1.6 mm. These 4 models. Selection of welding wire materials. The corresponding welding wire needs to be selected according to the different welding materials. For example, carbon steel welding wire is used to weld carbon steel. Now let's install the wire reel. Align the hole position to complete the threading operation. Lock the buckle to prevent the wire reel from falling off during operation. The device for pressing wire. All fall down. Insert the welding wire into the hole. Press the welding wire forward. Manually feed the welding wire into the wire feed hose. Lock the red device. The above is the installation operation of welding wire. Align the notch and plug in the signal cable connecting the wire feeder to the machine body. Now is the complete installation process of the wire feeder. Now we are going to connect the machine to the gas. Find the 8 mm blue tube on the machine. All operations on this machine require the use of protective gas. Welding operations require the use of gases such as nitrogen, argon, and oxygen. When welding and cutting non-high reflective materials such as carbon steel and stainless steel, use nitrogen. Use argon when welding and cutting high reflective materials. When using the cleaning function, the above pure gases can be used. You can also choose more economical compressed air. The gas pressure should be around 300 MPa. This is a hole. This is the main interface of this machine. It is also an interface for our welding and cutting. Next, we will briefly introduce. These are some important parameters. Here is the adjustment of wire feeding speed. Here it is, a delay between light emission and opening. Keep it for 100 milliseconds. This is a button for automatic wire feeding. This is a forward and backward button. Here is a button to turn on the wire feeding function. Here is a button to adjust the laser power. Here is the adjustment of the power ratio. Here is the adjustment of laser frequency. General words, no need to change here. Just adjust the laser power. Here is a selection of laser functions. The first one is the button for continuous wire feeding. Just use this mode when welding. This is an S-shaped. This is the button for cleaning the weld. When weld cleaning is required, just click the button. Here is a frequency of scanning. Here is the width of a solder joint. This is the switch button for the laser red light. This is the switch to enable the laser energy. Turn it on to fire the laser. The laser cannot be emitted when it is turned off. Then I'll introduce other interfaces. This is the alarm interface. If the warning light is always green, it is normal. If the warning light turns red, there is a fault. Click on the alarm at this time. You can see a detailed alarm. If it is marked in red, it is the corresponding alarm. Then introduce the preset parameter settings for welding. Click here for parameters. It is a common parameter we have. For example, this machine is a 2000 watt. If we need to weld carbon steel, welding 1 mm carbon steel, our preset parameters. Click the OK button to confirm. This is now a preset welding parameter. You can use it directly. Next, we will set the system language. Switch the system language here. Any language can be adjusted. You can adjust the system language to suit your needs. Next, enter the advanced parameter setting interface. The advanced parameter password is 2000. Here is the switch of a wireless handle of the welding head. And the temperature control switch. Enable all of them. That's it. We are currently using single wire feed. Just click the single wire feed button. If you have configured a dual wire feeder, just click the double wire feed button. Now just one interface. We'll just exit it. Okay? This is a common system introduction. Turn on the wire feeding switch of the machine. After opening, the machine can automatically feed the wire. Turn on the machine's enable switch can shoot lasers. When the temperature of the water cooler reaches above 20 degrees, we turn on the laser. Laser on button. Next, a machine is fed with wire. A process of machine wire feeding. First step, set the wire feeding speed of the machine. Adjust to around 50 to 60. For example, we directly adjust to 50. Change the wire feed mode to manual. Change wire feed direction to forward. Then now click. Click manual wire feed until the wire appears. After completing the wire feeding process, change the wire feeding mode to automatic wire feeding mode. Wire feeding direction is forward. Then you can do it when welding. The next step is a normal wire feeding process. Change the wire feeding speed to about 20. Adjust to a normal range. Install the wire feeding nozzle. Okay, this completes the installation of the wire feeding hose. Next, assemble the welding gun head. Adjust the welding focal length. Adjust the position of the wire feed hose. Convenient for subsequent wire drawing. OK, turn on the wire feeding switch of the machine. After turning it on, the machine can automatically feed the wire. Once turned on, you can fire the laser. Before starting welding, you need to wear professional laser protective glasses or wear a professional laser protective mask. Clip the yellow ground wire clip to the operating table to ground it. Welding display. Welding 3.77mm thick carbon steel. Remove the wire feed hose. Replacing the cutting nozzle. Scan frequency change to 0. Change the welding width to Ling. Then turn off the wire feed. Turn on the laser enable. The interface for switching cutting modes is completed. Cutting mode display. Replace the welding seam cleaning nozzle. Adjust system parameters to switch to weld cleaning mode. 30% power. Frequency 50%. Click the light button. Take out the cleaning kit. Remove the weld cleaning kit. Install the cleaning head. Open the dust cover. Take out the new focusing lens. Remove the old focusing lens and place it away. Install the new focusing lens and put on the dust cover. Switch to cleaning mode, password 5000. Switching laser power and frequency. Enable switch on. Maximum cleaning width 120 mm. Cleaning width range 0 to 120 mm. Grounding clamp. On the small screen at the tip of the gun, some parameters can be adjusted simply. For example, power. You can add or subtract here. Then click OK to confirm. Then the width of the weld. Includes the wire feed speed and language. All are operable. Here you can perform a quick operation. No need to operate the machine's screen. Next, I will give a maintenance explanation and a simple troubleshooting guide. First of all, how our machines are in use. Dry gas must be used when welding and cutting. Nitrogen, oxygen, etc. are needed. Dry compressed air can be used for cleaning as a gas source to blow away contaminants to protect the lens from contamination. If the protective lens is contaminated, I will teach you next how to replace the protective lens. Open the dust cover. Remove the protective lens. Check for contamination. Remove the ring that secures the protective lens. Remove the dirty protective lens. Take out the new protective lens. Hold the lens on both sides to prevent contamination. Fixed protective lens. Align the direction and insert the protective lens. Check for dirty protective lenses. Use lens wipes to see if you can repair the stained lens. The above is the process of replacing the protective lens. The protective lens needs to be replaced in time. We recommend that before each use, including after the end of the operation. Check the condition of the protective lens. Is there a small stain in the middle? Or maybe something else contaminated it? Then the second thing, if you find that the laser energy becomes weaker during use, or you may notice that the laser energy is getting weaker, maybe it's a protective lens or focusing lens contaminated by pollutants. At this time, you also need to stop working immediately to check. Another common situation is the motor can hear a humming sound. Graphic light is unstable. You need to stop working immediately. Check whether the motor is swinging normally. Is there noise? If there is only noise, please stop working immediately. Contact after-sales personnel, because it may involve the motor. Because of excessive heat, light it up, or the protective lens is damaged. A boot and operation process has been completed. Let's do the shutdown operation now. The first step is to turn off the laser switch. The second step is to turn off the main switch of the screen. Turn off the empty switch at the rear of the machine. Machine power failure. Finish.